Don't look down and keep moving. She'll be okay, right?
50-50. Disney and Pixar's Inside Out 2.
There's a part 2? We're going!
Only in cinemas. Tickets available now.
I'm Deka from VBIZ, Indonesia, and it's really nice to meet you guys.
Oh,
It's so nice to meet you.
Thanks for talking with us today.
Okay, first of all, congratulations for the new movie, and I really can't wait to see the full movie in the big screen.
Oh, cool. Did you see the first 30 minutes?
Yes, I watched it.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh, that's great.
Fantastic.
It
So-
kills me. I want you to see the rest of it. I want you to see the whole thing.
Yes, I can't wait to see that. Okay, so first it's question for you both guys. What inspired and made you decide to revisit and expand the world of Inside Out?
Well, I think my favorite thing about working at Pixar is that we never tell a story unless it's worth telling. And it's especially true with our sequels. You know, we want to make sure that the reason why we're doing it is because we have an important story to tell. And it really started there. You know, I remember Pete Docter, he directed the original film, and he's now our chief creative officer. And he came to me and he said, I think I was thinking about worlds we could possibly go back and revisit. And I think Inside Out, there might be some potential there. And I think you'd be a good person to go off and see if there is potential. And if there's not, no worries, you know, we won't make it, you know. And I'm happy to say that I think we found something that is sequel worthy, and I'm excited for it to go out into the world.
How do you feel about playing Joy again in the sequel?
Oh, it's so great. I mean, the first film was so well received. To get to make a second one is a joy. And they're so fun to play. You know, they're funny. There's so many good jokes, great characters. Pixar is just a genius at what they do. Yeah, I feel lucky to be back and to be a part of it in any way.
Okay. Did you encounter any complexities in portraying Joy in this sequel?
Well, in the sequel, Joy has to realize that she might not be as important as she used to be. That's what happens, like when you get older, is your emotions get a little more complex. And Joy is kind of like almost acts like Riley's parent. So she has to watch Riley become her own person. And that is the torture of being a parent, is you have to let your kid figure out who they are without you. So that's kind of her journey in the second one.
Okay. From your perspective, can you highlight a moment where Joy taught an important lesson in real Riley's life that the audience should pay attention to?
Yeah, well, in this sequel, some new characters arrive, and one of them is Anxiety. And Anxiety shows up, and she's really funny, and she's kind of fun. And Joy thinks, oh, this is going to be great. Another person who gets stuff done. Like, I really like her. And Joy learns the lesson that if you let Anxiety take over, it can really get in the way of moving forward. But the mistakes that she keeps making is she keeps kind of telling Anxiety to like, stop worrying, like, don't worry about it. And there's really nothing worse to hear when you're stressed than for someone to tell you, don't worry about it. It's the opposite of what you want to hear. So she has to figure out how to work with other emotions and not, you know, try to steamroll.
For Mark, what new challenges did you face in bringing Inside Out to life? And how do you plan to maintain the emotional depth and resonance that made the first film so beloved?
Yeah, you know, working on the first film was a highlight of my career before working on this one. I loved that film. It's so touching and so special. But you know, the challenge for this film, like the challenge for kind of any Pixar film, is the story. It's telling a story that is tight and meaningful and beautiful and fun and funny and has all the elements that you would want. And we love telling universal stories that have like a deep human truth to them and telling them in an emotional way. So that was the challenge on this film. We spent the last 4 years really iterating on this story to try to make it worthy to be a sequel to that first film, which was so beautiful. It had the simple message in the first film of embrace sadness, and which was such a beautiful and pure message. And we wanted to find something equally meaningful in this next stage of Riley's life and in Joy's journey as her joy. And so this film really explores anxiety and the impact these more complicated emotions can have on us and how to go about managing those emotions.
Oh, I know that Inside Out 2 brought more like complex emotional characters, right? And they all had to learn to accept one another and work together to find healthy emotional balance, right? And in your opinion, how did Joy navigate these changes, like all of the changes?
I think what this character does and what the movie does is it reminds you that there's these periods in your life where new feelings come in and you have to find a way to make room for them. And you have to find a way to work together with them. And there's some funny new emotions that come in. Embarrassment, which is, embarrassment just wants to hide. And, his cheeks get really pink and he has a sweatshirt on and he just wants no one to notice him, but he keeps bumping into things. There's envy, which is that emotion when you really want what someone else has and you become distracted by what you don't have. There's ennui, which is the French emotion for boredom, when you start to not care about things. And that's a new one for Joy. Joy does not understand ennui. She's like, what are you talking about? And then anxiety. So I think she has to kind of figure out, it's like a workplace comedy and there's a bunch of new people at work and you have to figure out how you work together, even though you have different ways of approaching the same thing.
Okay. Do you have any specific messages you would like to share with the Indonesian audience? Or the both of you, or whoever you want?
I guess just that we're so excited for audiences to be able to go to theaters and see this up on the big screen, because that's really where we intended it to be. In fact, one of the first decisions I had to make was what aspect ratio the movie is going to be. And the original film was 1:8:5, and with this one, I'm like, well, Riley's growing up, her world is expanding. I wonder if her aspect ratio of the film could expand too. So we went 2:3:9 on this one to really embrace kind of what Riley's going through, but also embrace the screen of going to the theater and having a nice, big, giant, wide screen. So I'm so excited for audiences to be able to go and see it up on the big screen, and also go see it together as families. There's very few things where Mark and I are fathers of boys and girls, and there's very few movies that we can all say, let's go see that this weekend together and have a great time doing it. So that's the thing I'm most excited about, and I hope audiences there will embrace.
Okay.
We're very proud of this film. We think it's got a lot of humor and a lot of heart. It's really relatable. I think everybody's going to get something out of it, no matter what age you are, no matter what gender you are. It really is a film for everybody. And so we're thrilled to be able to release it in Indonesia, and we hope the people there love it as much as we do.
Yeah, I really can't wait to see the full movie with my family and my friends.
That's amazing. I can't wait for you to do that.
That's great.
Last one. Do you have any specific messages you would like to share with Indonesian audience?
Well, I know that we have been so blessed in the fact that they loved the first film. And I do think it's a great reminder that we all have same feelings no matter where we are in the world. As human beings, we're connected by these big, deep feelings. So my message would be thank you for coming to see the first film. And I really, really hope and believe that you'll like the second.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
And thank you for your time and have a good day.
Okay,
Yeah, you
thank
too.
Great talking
Take
with
care.
Oh, I love them. Just don't look down and keep moving. She'll be okay, right?
50-50. Disney and Pixar's Inside Out 2.
There's a part 2? We're going!
Rated PG. Only in theaters June 14th. Tickets available now.